All new tonight, Immigration and Customs Enforcement doesn't know how many non-citizen veterans it's deported. A new report by a federal watchdog group reveals the agency isn't keeping that data. We've seen examples of this story firsthand. September 11th, 2001, a day that changed the course for so many.
It was just a pleasure and honor, and I would do it all over again if I had to, if I was able to.
A day Edgar Baltazar decided to enlist in the Army, serving for 6 years, even fighting in Iraq. Now he's fighting for his citizenship. Baltazar still carries part of the war with him. He has PTSD and was put on probation 2 years ago after an arrest for assault with a deadly weapon. Then in February,
they just told me it was just for a random check, for more questions, more information that they needed. I was there for 24 hours.
It was supposed to be a quick trip to Reynosa until he was detained at the border.
Nobody ever told me from the law, from the state or any lawyer told me that I wasn't supposed to leave the country.
Finding help seemed impossible.
Investigators from ICE, the first couple of days, then they disappeared. I was just in a detention cell for 3 months. Couldn't speak to any of them. We reached out to the VA for help. It was denied.
A story that's becoming more common. Independent veteran advocate Mario Ibarra Jr. is working on his third citizenship case. He says most agencies don't seem to know how to handle it.
There's a lack of consistency, and most of the time they don't have a knowledge of what the process should be like.
Now, a new report by the GAO finds for 5 years, ICE failed to consistently follow its own policies when it came to deporting non-citizen vets.
There's going to be different types of punishments for different individuals. Some of them will be lucky and they will have a cancellation of deportation, but others will not be that lucky.
Policies mandate ICE give special consideration to veterans in light of their service. The report notes because the agency didn't adhere to those policies, some veterans who were removed may not have received the level of review ICE deemed appropriate by its own guidelines.
In the cases where our veterans have already been deported, who's to say that these scenarios didn't play out, where maybe there could have been a better job that was conducted on behalf of ICE, on behalf of USCIS, on behalf of VA, on behalf of the Department of Defense.
It's a shame that the government is not taking care of the people that serve this country, that were willing to die for this country.
In a statement to KRGV, ICE says they're, quote, very deliberate in review of cases involving veterans, and any action taken by ICE that may result in the removal of an individual with military service must be authorized by the senior leadership in a field office following an evaluation by local counsel. Report findings show around 250 veterans were placed into deportation hearings, 90 deported, and of those 90, a number of cases did not have required approval. ICE says in 100% of the cases the report reviewed, veterans were placed in removal proceedings because of felony convictions related to drugs, sexual abuse, firearms, explosives or explosive materials, kidnapping, terroristic threats, and other crimes. Researchers on that report noted they were working with incomplete data. They say the number of non-citizen vets affected by deportation proceedings could be significantly higher. ICE did not comment on what changes, if any, they're making in regards to keeping data on deported veterans.